Oh, hello there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgina. I am the Honest Vocal Coach and today is an album review. Now you guys, my honest children, have asked for a review on Jade's brand new album and I will be having a listen to Perry's as well. I've spent the last week listening to the songs. Yes, I know, it shouldn't really take me a week to listen through to the songs, but I've been really busy. I have a shop, I've been doing my HVC content, I've been doing all sorts. So trying to juggle it all has been quite tricky. So I've worked on it in 2 chunks. I will tell you my rating at the end of the video and also my 4 favourite songs and my favourite vocal. So let me list the track listings for this first album from Jade. We've got Angel of Dreams, It Girl, UFN, Plastic Box, Midnight Cowboy, Fantasy, Unconditional, Self-Saboteur, Lip Service, Headache, Natural Disaster, Glitch, Before You Break My Heart and Silent Disco. 14 tracks. That's pretty good for your first album. I expect there was more that didn't make it onto the album because there always is. But this is the complete list. So we're going to dive in with Angel of My Dreams, and I have some little notes here to keep me going. Right, so number 1, Angel of Dreams. I may get lost in the numbers, I normally do. It was such a great first single. So brave, so daring. The fact that she's singing about her own life and how she perceives the music industry, how it can be really horrible, but it can also give her the opportunities that she has now at the same time. Way she was treated by Psycho, Simon Cowell and the record label and X Factor and all of that stuff. And how she's sort of got through all of that to get into the position that she's in today. I thought it was very well thought out. Really enjoyed watching the old footage within the video because I did watch the Visualizer album for this whole thing. I have already reacted to some of the videos as well, so I will put links to that at the end of the video so you can check out the other reactions. But if you just put Jade Honest Vocal Coach, you will see them all come up. I've also done a vocal battle compilation of all the battles that Jade has been in as well, so you can check that out. The lyrics in this song are really incredible, just clever, super clever. Relatable, I think, for anyone that has been in the music industry. Really good. The harmonies are superb. It's very catchy. It's quite the bop. And the acoustic version, I thought, was just as good. Now, without comparing it to the other Little Mix girls too much, I actually think that Jade's album and singles have been the most interesting, the most exciting, the ones that I wanted to listen to more than any of the others. Leanne doing a great job, Jessie's songs. Also, we've got Perry's singles as well. Although I do think the later singles that Perry has released rather than the first 3, way better because they've got some integrity behind them. They've got some honesty, some emotional quality. Whereas the first ones, they were all just throwaway bops and I just couldn't get into it very much. Anyway, this first song is essentially about her love-hate relationship with the industry, and I think it's great. It's so good. The music, the way it's constantly changing, it keeps you interested. It's definitely 10 out of 10. Okay, number 2, which is It Girl. When this came out, I couldn't get into it. And I'm still not really into this song either. And I get it. It's about her being the it girl and record label saying, yeah, you're the one that we want to work with. You know, we want to get on board and develop you and all of those things. I get that. And I think, again, it's this love-hate relationship in the music industry. And it sort of carries on throughout the whole of this album, which is essentially why it's called That's Showbiz Baby. It works really well. But yeah, it's kind of a bit egotistical, this song, but I think that that's what she was kind of going for. It does blend well after the first single. And her releases, so superbly thought out. Which song is going to come out when? I thought that was just a really well thought out promotional package. Also, the element of puppet on a string, which also is in this second visualizer that was also in the very first video. I really like that puppet on a string thing. That's such a clever way of making a point that she is essentially a puppet on a string. I think that was just genius. So for It Girl, I got 7 out of 10. Right, number 3, FUFN, 10 out of 10. It's just a brilliant song. It's a brilliant bop. And it's essentially, I think, about a experience with a guy, and the guy is literally with her just for fame, for what he can get out of things, but he's not a very nice person. Now, I think this might have been a dream that Jade had and not an actual thing that happened, but I can totally see how it could be a situation that happened. I like the fact that there is a clean version as well as the full-on FU for now version. I think that was well thought out, and you have to really do that now for radio. So FU for now gets 10 out of 10 for me, and this was the point I was getting excited about the album, and I thought that this is going to be good. This is going to be good. So we get to number 4, Plastic Box. What a tune. This one took me a minute to really get into and understand what it was about, but it has this real specific vibe. It's about, from what I think, this is how I've perceived it, about jealousy of previous partners of her boyfriend Jordan, how she wants to take care of him, and how any horribleness that has ever happened to him before, that's not even a word, is it? Horribleness should never have happened because he doesn't deserve any of it, and she wants his heart in a plastic box so she can protect him for all time and just be his, which is lovely. I really enjoy the vocals in this one. I think the melody is really, really good. For this one, I put 10 out of 10. So again, we're doing really well so far on track 4. Oh, I really enjoyed the Don't Stop Music reference in the video. I have reacted to this so you can check it elsewhere. But that Madonna reference, it's just really, really clever. It's such a bop. Some really nice vocals. Reminds me of a bit of an Ariana sound, and it's got a bit of a sort of old school vibe. Right, so track 5, Midnight Cowboy. This one I gave 8 out of 10. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to just sort of get into this, and it didn't get me as much as the other songs. I think at this point we're singing about sex, and it sort of continues through onto the next few tracks as well. It does sound very Madonna inspired, and it's a little bit on the saucy side. So then we get to track 6, Fantasy, 10 out of 10. Excellent. I love the Motown vibe in this one. It kind of sounds 70s as well, like a chic sort of element to it as well, and I really enjoyed that about the song. Her live version with Jules Holland is absolutely superb. It feels Diana Ross. And is there supposed to be Carrie in the video? You know, with the whole blood all over at the end. I was a bit confused by that. But again, this one is to do with sex and intimacy and how she has been exploring her intimate fantasies. Yeah. So number 7, Unconditional. We're going quite the different direction at this point. This, I'm pretty sure, is about Norma, her mom, and the fact that her mum is everything to her. She supported her through her entire life, and again, it has a 70s disco kind of bop to it. I think it's about the fact that her mum has Lyme disease, and she's been in and out of hospital, and how she's tried to, you know, just be there for her mum at every second, and wants to be a good daughter, and how it can be traumatic at times, but there is this deep love between them. And it definitely came across pretty quick for me with Unconditional, and I would give that one 7 out of 10. Right, number 8 and 9, Self-Saboteur and Lip Service. I get this completely. Number 8, yeah, Self-Saboteur, brilliant, really good song, although it does sound like there is a mess in her head when she's thinking about this one. And it's got raspy edges to it, and it does feel a little bit, it needs more listening, if I'm honest. This one didn't get me straight away, which is why I've put it as 6 out of 10. It's not got me yet. Lip Service, sex again. There's a lot of rudeness in this album. She's quite expressing herself. Lip Service, we know what that's about, don't we? You know. I liked it, but again, 6 out of 10. The accenting and timing was very specific, and it reminded me of an old Little Mix song, but I couldn't put my finger on which one. In all honesty, when we got to number 10 of Headache, I lost focus a little bit. I am a little bit ADHD at times, and I did lose focus at this point, which is why I took a break and then came back to it. The siren at the start, really good. I put this down as 7 out of 10. I love the vocal effects of it, and the talky part definitely seems to be a vibe that Jade has that is constantly running through all of the songs. I think essentially it's about messing with people's heads and her being the headache. I think that's kind of what I picked up from that one. Right, number 11, a nice ballad. I think we needed that at this point. Natural at Disaster. It felt it feels very Billie Eilish, because it seems like it's two songs and then kind of joined together. You get one vibe, another vibe, then it comes back to that vibe, and so on. So it has this kind of Billie Eilish kind of feel to me. Nice added moments of there being a choir there. And I just picked up from the lyrics that someone's the devil and she tried to help them. I hope it's a grower, because this one didn't get me as much. 7 out of 10. Then the build up to the end of the album, it kicked off again for me. So there was like a dip in the middle. Now we're on to Glitch, which I really like the use of staccato in this one. And Glitch, I think it's about just confusion and being erratic. But this one, it's all right. But I think there was quite a few songs on this album that I needed more listening to really get the full vibe of what she was trying to say. You don't always have to know what she was trying to say, to be honest. It's more than that just that makes a good album. But I didn't quite get who the glitch is or what the glitch is. So the final two songs, Before You Break My Heart and Silent Disco, 10 out of 10 for both. Before You Break My Heart, I love the fact that we get the young version of Jade and the older version singing together in the track. It's got the Diana Ross Stop in the Name of Love element in there, so you can tell she's definitely a old 60s girl band fan, as I am as well. I think it definitely comes through in the song, and it's just very sweet, and it's got a great vibe, and I really, really like this one. And it does seem like it's a letter to or letter from the young Jade, or to. I'm not sure which way around. So finally, we got Silent Disco. My child was sat next to me when we watched this last one. And it was so cute. So cute. We were watching it on my little phone. And the whole Silent Disco, it being about her love for Jordan, and when they're together they just have that vibe, and it's just so sweet. That wonderful love that they have of each other, and the older version of Jade and the older version of Jordan and their closeness, and it's just gorgeous. So gorgeous. It's a really beautiful end to the album. So I haven't really picked up on the vocals all that much throughout this album, but I think that's because I've talked about them an awful lot within the other reactions, so feel free to check those out. But my best vocal moment from this album is in the last song. It's in Silent Disco. There is some beautiful head voice moments which are so beautiful and so engaging and so emotive. It's just... that is definitely my vocal moments of the whole album. Right, top four songs. In no particular order, I have chosen Angel of My Dreams, Before You Break My Heart, Silent Disco, and Plastic Box. They are my 4 favourites from this album. So let's give the album an overall rating. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10, because some of the songs in the middle, I just lost it a little bit. I lost it. And I'm sorry, it could have been the mood that was in that day. It didn't keep me going. And people have said no skips, but I think there might be. There might be when I do a second listen. So I'm going for the 7 out of 10, but I would listen to definitely those that 4, because they were the most stunning. If I had to add any more in there, I would probably put Fantasy in as well. Yeah, I think those would be my faves. So I would love your opinion on Jade's new album. Please get involved in the comments. Also, if there's any other albums that you want me to respond to, what my thoughts were, and if there's any areas of the albums you want me to talk about more, whether it be the songwriting, the lyrics themselves, or the sounds that have been used, the production, anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves.